How's it going? Good. Good, good. So I just finished a draft of the opener. If you would like to watch it, I have this. The stream is live right now, so you can check that out if you want.
Let me type it in here.
Cool.
I always have to watch an ad.
From June
Oh, I know. It's that's a Twitch thing. That's something that I can't help. That's Twitch making money.
Yeah, I wonder if there like a way to register. I guess not.
Yeah, I think if you got Twitch Prime, you probably could, but I don't think Twitch Prime would be worth it.
Yeah. Alright, I'm good.
Sweet. So I just started the video. If you turn the sound on your end, you should be able to hear it in real time, even though it'll be behind. And keep in mind the performers are actually behind the props. For whatever reason, there's that glitch that makes them look like they are well in front of them.
Is it playing right now?
Yes.
I'm not seeing.
It's probably in a hold.
Oh yeah, it's like way behind.
Yeah.
What if I turn the Hangouts off and unmute it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You should definitely unmute Twitch.
Okay.
Because that's how you're gonna hear that live. I can play it again too if you want, and then just unmute Twitch.
Yeah, can you do that?
Yeah. Do you want me to just replay it again? Yeah. If you mute the Hangout, I'll just play it, and you should be able to hear it live on Twitch.
How do I mute the
There should be a little microphone that you can. Yeah, if you mute the Hangout, I'll just play it. You should be able to hear it live on Twitch. There should be a little microphone. Yeah, if you mute the Hangout, I'll just play it. You should be able to hear it live on Twitch. There should be a little microphone. Yeah, if you mute the Hangout, I'll just play it. You should be able to hear it live on Twitch.
Alright. So, can you hear me?
Yep, I gotcha.
Okay. I think I got that. It was like, it kept on like going over and over again.
Oh, what? That's so weird.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
I can send you just the raw video file too of that.
No, that's fine. That'll work out. Can they halt in that zigzag for the first three measures?
Yeah, and do you just want that to go then from the zigzag straight into the final set? Is that what you're...
What would it look like if they halted for those three measures and then moved to two sets in a row, like you have it?
Okay, give me 1 second here.
No problem.
So for three measures, so for 12 counts?
Yeah. in the zigzag.
So that'd get us to page 11, staying in the zigzag.
Sure.
Oops, didn't catch the last performer. There we go.
Oh, I see. I see how you have this. Yeah, the only thing, if you halt them in that position, though, the guard is going to be like too close.
Well, let's do this then. This is an easy. What if we just do this? Push them 2 steps front field. That way, the closest guard member to another performer is G2 and G3, close to S8, but not. He's not even close because he's 2 steps front field of them and 4 steps away from them side to side. So that person's really out of the path of the performer, and that kind of gets part of the ensemble, like in that space off the front. I think you're a maximum of like 5 or 6 steps off the front sideline. I don't know how big of a deal that is.
That front performer looks like he's 4 steps, right? Off the sideline.
1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 4 steps. Sorry, I miscounted. So 4 steps should still be fine, right? Because that.
Yeah, 4 steps would be perfectly fine.
Yep, and then.
Yeah, okay. That'd be interesting sound, I guess. Be kind of cool though. The only thing though then now is that one guy is on the speaker. We could move the speaker in or out, I guess. I guess I didn't want to go too.
Well, can we have them? Can we have the speaker like splitting the 40-45? Is that too?
The thing is, I just want the piano player to be able to use them as a monitor as well.
Oh, sure. So do we want to push them closer to the 50 then? Like, do we want them to have them relatively close to the piano?
That would... Then the sound... I don't know. Then I feel like the sound would be kind of centralized in the center of the field.
Yeah.
Let's see here. 35 to 35. Can you move everybody over to the left 2 steps? Or would that throw them off from the previous form, probably?
No, it just makes your biggest step size 5.5 to 5 in this 8 count phrase, which is
too big. How big are they moving right here? What's the biggest step size from the last form?
What do you mean from the last form? Like from the last form to this shape?
Yeah, from the straight lines. Yeah, see that one guy's booking it down front field there.
It'd be... Yeah, so... Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, that one guy's just booking it, but everybody else is...
I don't know, like a 5.5 to 5 is half a step larger than a natural human stride. Like, it's... I mean, don't get me wrong, it's hardy, but it's a slow tempo, and it's definitely achievable.
But some of those guys are moving really small, and the guy farther back is moving a long way. Can they just switch spots?
Which guys? What?
I can't read the numbers on here. It's the guy next to the tuba, the one that's coming from the 40-yard line in the back in the straight lines.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, so it would be, let me isolate them here quick. It's these 3 guys.
Yeah, those 3 are, like, booking it, and everybody else has got relatively decent
So,
stuff.
yeah, so all we would have to do here is just make a dirt. So that should be flipping, that should flip the pathways. So this would be a flip here. If you, it might take you a minute to see it.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think it looks like they're like those guys are moving a lot quicker than everybody else, and it looks.
Well, I mean they are, but like that's the velocity of the shape. You know, when they're going from the form they're in to. I mean, they just physically have the furthest distance to travel to get from the lines to this shape. Now, I mean, we can make everyone else move further, but that drifts them further away from the center of the field.
Let's see here. Yeah, I suppose you don't want to break the zigzag. I was gonna say you could just.
Like we can maneuver all these things to where, like, you know, the further we manipulate, the more we manipulate this, the more the whole ensemble travels.
Yeah, how about the guy that's next to the tuba? How about that mountain just is back 4 steps? Does that work better then? Not
Oh, okay. I
manipulating.
see. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So we'll do this guy. We'll grab these three performers, and then we'll make their shtick. Oops, wrong spot.
So have the tuba be the front guy. Would that be better? That would be a lot better, I think. Wouldn't it?
Or we could do this one and just invert that point, so that it becomes this kind of a point, and so it points the B3.
Right.
The top, we make that another point in towards the center of the field instead of towards the front sideline.
That's a lot better.
And that way, yeah, that way we keep more people off that front sideline, and and what was I gonna say? There's less velocity for just those three performers, and then
Oh, I see.
and then
Well, okay. What if we did it the other way? What would that look like?
what's the other way?
Well, back to where those guys were, but having the person that's stage right of the tuba just be 4 steps behind. Because at that point, now it looks like there's just a bunch of little mountains. It'd be nice to have another big one like you had it before. So can you put those three guys back to where they were?
Yep. But you want them inverse from what they were before?
No. Just wherever they were before. Before we just changed them.
Yeah. Okay. I have them there right now.
Okay. Yeah, the video just must be behind.
Yeah. It I think there's about a 20 to 30 second delay.
20 or 30 seconds?
Yeah. It's quite substantial. There's a different streaming service called Mixer that that Microsoft runs, and they have an option for like instantaneous streaming. I just haven't. You have to have like really specific settings for it that I'm not quite sure how to implement yet.
Okay.
But
So maybe when I'm trying to tell you things, you're getting confused because I'm getting it so late.
oh, that very well could be.
Okay, let's see here. Where did that tuba go? Let's see. Okay, so the guy that's next to the tuba,
Yes.
if you're looking at the field to the right of the tuba,
Yep. The baritone player.
alright, from that guy on to the end, can they just back up 4 steps? Those people.
Give me a second here while I'll lasso him up. Done.
Okay, now you're lassoing. There, that looks good. Now, does that work out pretty good as far as step size and movement of the form?
it makes it puts T2 out on an island because he's on the very bottom of his line, and he's the only guy moving up, while T3, B8, U1 all move front field, and B4, B2, and T5 all move front field. So like it looks like he's marching his own drill in the middle of.
Yeah, can T2 just take the place of one of those people in the back then? Because that one person's coming from far back, and then in the pathway or the places that those guys go in that far right form be any different, or is that the only option right there for that move?
Let's try this here.
Can't that whole line on the 40? Yeah, the whole line on the 40 just needs to angle. So T2 would be where the tuba is. So T2 in the tuba would be switched around.
Okay, so that's the right configuration. I just need to move you one step this way. That should be it.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. And then we want them in this shape then for the next 12 counts. The next 3 bars.
What would it look like if they're in that shape for 12 counts and then move after that? So I'll hold here and do some like visual stuff.
Okay, so we'll copy the shape and then we'll paste it here. Paste with the same matching order. No, that's not what I want.
Do you feel like you've gotten a lot better at this software?
Yes.
I suppose after a couple years now.
Yeah. And it helps too. It helps too that I have a much bigger monitor and a better mouse to work with too. Like just being able to see. Like I felt like I was always squinting at my laptop screen.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you what, this 3D real view is real nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can get a much better perspective. I mean, looking straight down on it is one thing, but seeing it is different.
Okay, why are you not... I'm trying to paste it... Oh, I wonder if I can... Like, if I paste it with the same matching order, that's supposed to just say, stay put. You have the same dots as you had before. I wonder if I flip the... Because are they just flipping these segments? Is that what's going... No, that's not what's happening. I don't know why it's... doing this janky thing here. And then... So, copy that shape. Oh, here, this is what we want to do. Okay, there we go. And then from here, from 11 to 12, they're gonna. Do you want them to move from to this shape then? I'll just have to. I'll have to reorder them because we switched T2 and U1 around. They're going to their old dots and not their new ones yet. Okay, yeah, that shouldn't be a problem here. We shall just. Oops. All right, pointer tool. Grab this, and then. And then we'll map all these bad boys onto these new dots. And this should be. Oh, there you are. Sometimes these dots like to hide in there inside like all the mess of lines and stuff.
Yeah.
So there we go.
The video is probably a little bit behind for me. Can that final form be a little bit more condensed in towards the middle, so the spacing is just a little bit tighter? I'd like to try to keep them inside the 30.
Okay, I'm going to put the endpoints on the 30 then. Yeah. The reason I had them spread out a little further is it does give them a little bit more. It gives the move a little bit more impact, just because.
Now that I look at it and watch it, sorry to be picky. Just can they get there in 8 counts only, or into a form that's allows it? So maybe just something. You know what I mean? So they would stay still in that one form for 5 measures.
Okay, so we would just add 2 more measures onto that hold, is what you're saying?
Yeah, and then would they be able to get to this form here or something very similar in a decent step size? Or I guess like an 8 to 5 would be a nice max, so they're not like hooking it, but there's some velocity to it. Yeah, so it would be a 12 or an 8 count move.
Okay, so how many counts do I have for this right now? So
I don't know if you need to like redraw the arc at all or the final.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I need to add four more counts onto this. And then need to change this. Okay, so I just need to redraw.
Now that one group is further down off field, would it make more sense to have the curve be looping the other direction?
I gotta remap. Okay, so that will give us an 8 count move here from 11 to 12.
What's the step size for those? That one guy looks like he might be booking it. Yeah, I think that's getting a little crazy there.
Oh, the largest step size is a 5.5 to 5.
Yeah, that's too big.
Now it's 5.5 to 5 the other direction. Or from a different performer rather. So that's kind of our limitation is that 5.5 to 5. Meaning we probably should just redraw the shape if you're concerned about a 5.5 to 5 step, which isn't a big deal. It's just the shallower curve isn't going to look as nice. Well, I mean, I guess we can just make another curve that maybe more closely mirrors the contour of that jagged form.
That's what I was thinking.
So we could do something like.
I like this curve. I like how it looks. Obviously, the guard just needs to mold the form as well.
Oh, that's even worse. Let's see. Oh, that's the.
Would it be better to just
What? Yeah. What if I just invert this? Actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is invert this because the biggest peak at the left side is at the top, and the smallest peak at the right side is the bottom. So if this was just switched around, um, that seems like it would be a whole lot, or be the same thing, but just different side of the field.
Yeah. This should work. Or something like this. I'm gonna move this guy, this performer out just an extra step so that they're.
Can you bring that one guy down, like off the front of the field? I think that'd be cool. Or the guy on the right side, just like 2 or 4 steps off the front sideline.
I mean, I have the person on the 30th, the side 130 is already off the field.
Oh.
And well, let's see here. Let's move. Let's try this here a little bit. So yeah, I can move the front of that curve off.
It'd be cool if they were like. I think it'd be cool to utilize that space, even 4 steps in front of the sideline would be cool.
Well, if we move those guys, well, hold on. Let's.
Yeah, can side one player on the 30 just be on the front sideline too?
Yep.
So just to make it easy.
Yeah. So that should work, just like that.
That looks a lot better, dude. I like that.
Cool.
Yeah, that's sweet.
So
now
let's
now just gotta get the guard to be in the same form but behind them.
Got it. Yeah. So we'll move.
I think that'd look cool. Maybe, well, I guess, yeah, those, on the left side one guard people are pretty tight to the winds already, 4 steps or less, but.
Well, yeah, just given. I was gonna say, given the proximity to the mirror, like, I mean, we're fitting a lot in a 12-step area between the mirrors and the front sideline. So I think that's about as much as we can give.
Yeah, I like that.
And then, so let's talk, because I need to be getting to bed here soon.
All right.
So let's talk mirror placement so that I can get started. Let me save this movement. We'll call the. I'm not gonna send it to you just because I have to put in page numbers and show notes. And then I'm gonna make sure that all of our labels are facing the right way so they're readable on the drill page. But we'll call this, like, this is a draft. This is good. We'll start a new drill. Drill title. Lennox. What was the second show chunk that I have here? Let me pull it up. Did I Oh, right, because I recut the audio. So we'll just say Lennox second movement for now, and then we'll change the name of that. So. Oops. This isn't what I wanted. Let's try this again. Hi, where? then we'll new continuation from this. Yes. Crap. Movement 2. Okay. So mirror placement. Let's talk mirror placement.
Yeah. What do you think about just pushing them to the back like we had done before, or talked about before?
Well, how do we want them arranged before? Because they weren't just going to be in a straight line in the back, right?
Right. We had them like 4 in the front and like 3 in the, or like 3 in the windows, basically.
So do we want to push?
What if we just had them in a straight line in the back and flipped them around to the black side? Looks like some of the pit equipment is kind of janky though, so that's gonna be, you're gonna need to fix that before you get these in, because that one speaker shouldn't be that far out.
I mean, like, so long as we know that pit equipment is on the hash, right? We should be able to move the mirrors with.
Let's put on either side of the pit. Let's put the first mirror splitting the 40 and 45. So on both sides, side 1 and side 2.
All right, so mirrors are splitting 40, 45. So if we move all these mirrors straight back field, we're gonna be covering up the pit.
No, not straight back field. Just the black one goes away.
Where is away?
Huh?
Where is away?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
It just disintegrates right there. But the ones that are closest to the black one are gonna go splitting the 40 and the 35. Or no, splitting the 45 and the 40.
Yep.
And then can they be, well, now what do we do? And right on the hash mark then too.
So the ones that are splitting the 40, 45 are going to be on the front hash?
Yeah, what if we put them all on the hash? Right next to each other, like would it fit every 2 steps?
Yes, it will fit every 2 steps, because right now these mirrors are built, like the ones in the program are built at 2-step intervals, so they take up 2 steps, which is bigger than the mirrors that you're actually going to have. Because
So the first mirror splitting the 40 and the 45, the next one 2 steps off the 40, the next one on the 40.
Yep, they should be able to align just like that.
And we could also go with the other option too, if we wanted to. Or I mean, I guess this is the same. Or is this the same thing I was thinking? What yard line does that bring him then to? 35?
The last mirror is going to be centered on the 30.
You mean the 35, right?
Did I put more mirrors on one side than the other? That might have been what I did.
There should be 7 on each side.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Splitting 40, 45.
Looks like your first mirror isn't splitting the 40 and the 45 on side 2. That's why. Or is it?
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Oops. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. Yep, I just gotta move them over a couple steps. So obstacle number 2, how are we getting them back here? Ah, piss. Oops. Undid everything. Not a problem. I know where they all go. My life. Uh, sorry, so it's splitting 40-45, right?
Yeah, splitting 40-45.
Ah, no, what are you doing? No, I'm messing everything up. Okay, here we go.
There isn't an edit redo.
There is, but it won't like it'll bring me to like the start prop editing tool. It won't remember like the all the little micro decisions that I make with that tool open.
Yeah, gotcha. So, the win players will move them back there.
Um, so those win players are gonna have to book it at the beginning of this movement, right? Because they're really far. That's why I had them in that arc at the end of the last.
Yeah, yeah.
The last one, because they were right up close to the mirrors, or they didn't have that far to.
They should be able to do it. They have 4 16 counts, 4 chunks of 16 counts to get there.
Okay.
Right? They should be able to get all the way back there.
Yeah, like my concern, I guess, isn't so much that they can get back there; it's how they're going to look doing it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because they're gonna have some. I mean, they're gonna have to do some sort of movement to get to the mirrors, and you know what I'm saying. Like, it's not like they'll definitely have the time to get there. It's just we got to make them look purposeful while they're getting there. I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Right.
All right, except all right, we got mirrors. Mirrors all aligned. Um, so let me figure out how we're going to, because I mean, because this is where the piano solo starts, right? So we're gonna have a lot of freedom to do what we want with the members. Like it might not even look like marching. Like it could be like a run, some sort of stylized run, and they might just break from this asymmetrical shape into like to follow the leaders that wind behind the mirrors and then move them back. Something could be something like that. Did I lose you? Ah, there you are.
Yeah, sorry.
No, no problem. um,
Okay,
so what I'm thinking is um that what we can probably do the guard need to get to the sideline for a transition here?
I think the guard is well. I want something going on here during the piano solo. Maybe a guard. Yeah, the guard needs to get to the front sideline to get rifles. I'm pretty sure that's what Miranda's thinking.
So we need to create a distraction, some sort of stylized distraction for the wins here. So maybe even for these first 16 counts, we do some sort of stylized follow the leader run behind the mirrors, and then they just grab them and book it back. You know what I mean? So like we would have the line break in half on like the 50, and then half the line does some follow the leader and winds behind the mirrors, and then side 2 does the same thing, winds behind the side 2 mirrors, and then the guard fills in the space that's left by the winds as they're doing that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm actually gonna just save this what we have right now because I gotta get going to bed. But I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning, work on this a little bit before I have to get ready for the wedding.
Okay.
Um, oh,
I'm free in the morning too if you want to chat.
cool. Sounds good.
Actually, I'm not free. Yeah, I'm not free. So
Okay.
maybe just
I'll shoot you something. I'll shoot you something.
put something together, and then we can always go back through and revise if needed, like we have done today.
Totally. Sounds good.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Casey.
Yeah, no problem, man. Have a good night.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.